Hey, welcome to the finale of our Rainforest Trilogy from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, we're so glad you're here. Come on in. If you happen to be here on a Wednesday or Saturday morning, join the chat for the live premiere. Introduce yourself. We've got an awesome group of folks from all over the world that hang out with us now on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We'd love to have you there too. So introduce yourself and throw a like and subscribe on there for us. It helps out.
We'd be so grateful,
So our mention today, y'all, is this amazing experience we're having from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, creating our own version of the rainforest in 3 different parts with 3 different soaps. So these came out a long time ago from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements during a time when there was a giant tsunami of fougere fragrances that were hitting the market. So Douglas and Fran, in their infinite wisdom, decided to show the community the outer limits of what the fougeres could be and could do. They created this one first, which they called Dirt. And it is now known as La Terra Preta. And then this one is and this is the base level, right?
Deep down in the soil, Terra Preta.
Dirt and the beautiful microbiomes that are creating that scent, something like very primal.
A lot damper, darker in this one.
And yet mysteriously sweet and beautiful. And then this one, which is
second level,
gorgeous scent of wet rain on leaves and like evaporating. And
La Tierra Mojada, the petrichor kind of vibe in there.
Oh, and this one is a giant phenomenon in the shaving community.
It is. It hits a lot on the shave of the day.
Hundreds of shades of the day.
We really have.
And then the third one that we're going to look at today is like the canopy, I think, or the florals of all of it, the parts that bring in the sunlight to the rainforest.
Up in the rainforest, maybe? I don't know. We're going to find out.
So what an experience, because we're generally not too encouraged to mix the soaps in this world. In fact, we get a little side-eye if we ever even suggest that.
Unless it's a Douglas-approved mashup.
Right. But I love this, because this is designed to be like, do you want a little bit more of the soil? Add a little bit more of that. Do you want a little bit more of the dried leaves? Add a little bit more of that.
Paint with your own scents kind of thing.
Right.
You can mix it how you like.
Perfect rainforest experience for you in your shave locker. And I totally get it, because let's have a grown-up conversation. If you were to try to make this scent 1/3 of a bigger scent, I don't think you would be very successful, because this scent is so incredible on its own and has such an identity on its own. It deserves its own soap. And this one, maybe even more so. Are you kidding me? So I totally get why these are separate, because I really am going to enjoy experiencing these separately.
Right.
However, when you take 3 masterpieces, like if you could somehow take 3 Monet paintings and put them together,
make them all one.
That's what's going to happen here. So I have no idea where this third one is going to take us, but I'm so excited.
Me too, because there is a place to have them separate. And then I do feel like there's a place where I would want to mix them, like depending on the time of year or time of day. Like I might be craving a little more floral. I might need to get down and get dirty a little bit. Like I have no idea where Mega Flora is going to take us.
And Mega Flora is available year round, y'all.
It is available now.
It is beloved by the community. So you ready to finish our trilogy? So. According to Doc Brown, our future has not been written yet, but let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
To say this is a complex scent would be an understatement. I mean, with one glance at the scent profile, you will see 16 different scent notes in this accord.
Might be a record for PAA.
Yeah, we should check.
I know.
What I can promise is this is a very sophisticated, well-blended, aromatic experience. A very smooth take on a class of fougere called aromatic. An aromatic fougere will often include herbaceous notes, spices, and woody notes. Well, there's 16 of them. My goodness.
I'm so excited. I personally find Megaflora to be enchanting. The way the scent develops is an exercise in lycanthropy or shape-shifting. The lead is a double helix of and some scent notes.
Oh,
16,
you're right.
So we're not
we gotta stop there.
So let me skip down just a little. If you're a fan of the green original fragrances or just love a thoughtful, smooth, and sophisticated modern fragrance, Megaflora is just what you're looking for. Take a step into the unknown. Take a step into the woods.
Wow. Green, serene, and smooth. I guess it's going down.
I wonder if this is like the canopy of the rainforest.
That's what I'm thinking. Like right now we have the soil underneath us. We are standing on top of it. And then if you look up, you see the rainforest. So I think that's where we got to go.
And
I don't know.
Where is it? We might just have to open the box. Since last September, yo. Yeah, y'all, I got this one first before I even knew it was a trilogy. It was a total book by its cover, and then when I found out it was a trilogy, I got these perfect prints so that we could do 3 episodes of
Now it's official. We got the whole trilogy.
Oh, y'all. And now that I know these 2, I am so excited to get to know the 3rd.
I think it's time.
Woo! Let's have a first impression.
You get to go first this one? I
Make
did the other
Flora.
2. Do we make him go first? I think so.
Okay, here we go. I think the original names of this one and this one were a little bit of a poke at the shaving community that was going crazy about 10 years ago over fougères. So Douglas and Fran decided to do with the outskirts of fougères and show these folks what fougères were capable of. And they named this one Dirt, and they named this one, I think, F.U. Fougère.
Yep. So you can fill in the blanks.
Yeah!
But there you go.
That's what I love. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take this one.
No more stalling. Yeah, you got this one first. I did the other 2.
Oh, I'm excited to explore how the florals in this are going to be a little different from the amazing florals that we found in this.
Just think of how many different types of trees there are in the rainforest. Like I just see green everywhere, you know? But there are some that have blossoms. There's some that don't,
and like not like a jungle smell, but like a rainforest smell with like vines and really super dark earth. And
because there is so much more wetness, like what blooms there is different.
Okay, here we go.
Curious.
Take it into Mega Flora. I kind of want to be that little spaceman about to descend.
This is like about to be our school of fougère here.
Right, UFO. Okay, here we go.
Oh. Hold on. I mean, there's 16 cent notes.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, I need to speak to the manager.
Yeah. It's hitting places. Ha-ha.
Wow. Okay. First of all, my brain was like, this is so beautiful. I'm surprised this is even part of a trilogy.
I was going to ask, could it be good on its own? Like its own thing?
Because this is so amazing and it's such a fantastic identity on its own. And I'm almost a little bit curious how this is going to combine with these 2, because this is such a strong identity on its own, and I love this.
Okay, cool.
Hold on a second.
Do you get like a green color in mind? Like, are you in the like rainforest that green?
Okay, here's what I love. I love that I don't sense that this is a lot of scent notes. Like this one I do.
Right.
This one I do. Okay. I sense that it's a handful of scent notes. This one is a phenomenon that I refer to now as the identity. It's like when I go to an art museum and you see like a bunch of dominoes and you're like, what are those? And the person says, stand back. And all of a sudden you look up and it's Marilyn Monroe very clearly, right? With this, I'm not seeing the dice. I'm seeing the final character. This is creating a floral that is beautifully blue and bracing without any form of being an aquatic. And I am not sure how that's happening because it is super, super on the cleaner, more beautiful side.
I would picture that, like, because if you're supposed to be on that rainforest vibe, everything's wet and it's constantly getting like cleaned. It's
and I get the sense, I know this is a rainforest, but I get the sense of a little bit of a coolness in this. Not a menthalness, get that out of your head. Right. But just kind of a coolness of these florals has a cool breeze kind of sense.
Yeah, but think about too, like the trees get so high that the sun doesn't really always get all the way through.
Wow. Right. And there's something beautifully, piercingly sweet in the middle of this that cuts through and just becomes the sweetness of the heart.
Interesting.
And it's a beautiful heart to this.
So if you would have smelled this first on its own, it could be its own thing. You wouldn't even need the other parts necessarily because you could appreciate what it is, you think?
Right. And you know, fougère not being floral, being fern.
Right.
That's what it means. So yes, this is your floral in this story.
And then this is that deeper part.
These are your ferns. And something beautiful and clean and masculine and bracing in the middle of this. And if I had to go warm or cold, slightly on a cool breezeness. Okay. So maybe that's why we're at the top of the trees.
Right, maybe.
Oh, Douglas and Fran. Okay. This is extraordinary. Okay, take this in. Take this in.
I'm curious now.
Oh, right? You should be.
About to get schooled on fougères here real quick. Let's see.
Right?
Interesting.
Right.
It's funny, like I can feel what you're saying, like that I do get a green kind of color in mine, but it's more gentle than I was expecting.
Right.
I don't know why.
Kind and beautiful and sweet is the character of this.
And I almost can see where this fougere was used to create like a similar scent back in the day that could have been in a classic aftershave or something like that. Like that type of a green is very different.
Absolutely. This does have hints of more of your classic fougères, but with its own identity.
And
so it's like Janis Joplin, but she's wearing a coat that's a little bit reminiscent of something else, but its own character.
There are fun spices in this that almost remind me of like when you see tea leaves, not in a pre-made bag, but when you like, you know, a really fancy restaurant opens and scoops it out. Like there are different type of ages of the greens in there. And there is a lot of texture somehow.
Herbal cleanness in this. I don't know what these herbs are, but they are amazing.
But it does have a gentle soul to this.
Yes.
Like I feel like whoever's there is a gentle person.
Right.
Like what's in Lion King, Rafiki that lives in the trees.
Yeah,
like there is something about that playful, like But he's gonna take care of it. He's gonna be a gentle guide. You have to figure it out yourself. But there is something of like, if I was lost in the rainforest and I needed someone to like be the all-knowing person that could help me get through, I feel like this scent would totally work with that.
Right. And isn't that what you'd love to see in the middle of the rainforest when you're lost and a little afraid? Is a friendly face or
someone that can help guide you?
Smell.
You know, welcome to the treehouse. Here you go. Come on in.
And
you
it's finding everything that is beautiful and kind and sweet about a rather scary natural world, right?
I agree.
So it is taking the rainforest. And this is the first one where it is a little bit for me of a caricature, where this one is a super real scent. This one is a little bit maybe 50-50, maybe a little bit 70-30 of real and caricature. And then this one, this is a beautiful, whimsical, beautiful version of this.
If I had to live in the Swiss Family Robinson house, there is something in there that I feel like would just be part of what was built around me, like the woods that you'd find around you, and the canopy of the trees everywhere.
Not like the florals; it's everything else. Like I don't even think there's going to be a floral in here. Strangely,
but you know, like think of like the wood floor. Like what would they have made that of? Right, like the trees that were around.
Yes, and those herb smells and those smells of the paddle wheel that's made of bamboo and those. That's exactly.
I'm on the island. I'm literally out rigging it somewhere, and I feel like that's what would just be the scent around you.
Boy, Swiss Family Robinson, you got that right. I know that's not rainforest.
No, but I don't know why. I was just taken to a hidden island somewhere. But there is, you know, stuff that isn't in our normal backyard. You know, it is something different about being there or like on an adventure somewhere.
This is incredible. And you know what? I think it's about time, because if there are 16 scent notes, this part might be a little lengthy. Let's check out the scent notes. I was wrong. There's a floral in this. There's a couple of florals.
Not a lot. Weapons, but there is
not a lot. There's not a ton of florals in this.
But it just keeps it from getting too dark of a green, I think.
Yeah, there's a really important one, and that's the first one.
Okay.
I don't know how I missed it.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
French lavender.
Yes. Yes.
It's a different lavender.
Gorgeous.
There is a difference.
It's more of an herby lavender for me.
Yes. And I almost think that was like the tea image I was getting, like that dry kind of part of it. I don't know.
Less of a floral and more of an herb side of this lavender. I don't know if that's
and then next,
possible.
number 2.
Bergamot in a shaving soap. How dare you?
Right? And then petitgrain, which I do get here. Interesting.
What if there's a little bit of a similar... Okay, you know what? Hold on. We're going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit early. Okay,
he's going for the dive.
Let's do these two together.
Okay.
Let's see if you could smell the petitgrain in common.
Okay. Interesting. Like it almost it sweetens it up with the florals of La Tierra Mojada for sure. But that kind of has like that grounding woods to it.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Okay, so now
there's something else right in the middle of this.
I know, but as you're reading, it's funny. You get those other sides. Okay,
rose geranium.
Number 4.
Is that a flower? Like a rose geranium?
Yeah, I think it's a different part of like that the actual part that's there.
And then tonka bean.
Okay.
Clary sage.
I get that.
There is a distant echo of that clary sage from the Watchmen. Do you smell that?
And there is another one from earlier on that I would agree. Maybe not the solstice one, but there's something of those sages that are in there.
Right. And then,
fir needle.
fir needle, beautiful.
And
Love
again,
it.
it's
pine.
but
two
those
separate notes, but important ones.
But they're the brighter, cleaner greens, if that makes sense. It's not too dark and earthy.
And see, this is why we're totally okay to go off the leash and go Swiss Family Robinson, because these are not necessarily rainforest scent notes, but they build an
kind of
idea
side.
of it, right? Going on.
And then, keep getting fun here. Juniper.
Juniper, that clean, right? Lovely bracing edge.
What I called chamomile
Love
tea.
it.
Okay.
And look what I called. I said the bamboo paddle wheel, y'all, and the straight up bamboo in there. What are the odds of that? I need to mark his right placard up here now.
Immediately.
They just like them.
Okay, well, we've got 10 so far, people.
I know.
All right,
I know.
We're losing a hand.
Right.
Then.
Haitian vetiver.
Yeah, cedarwood.
Love it. Oh, and cedarwood. I missed that. Cedarwood. This is 16. We should have counted.
Yeah, I'm counting.
Rose Absolute. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey
Absolute.
Hey Absolute. Hay. Hey Absolute.
Yep. And then Oak Moss Absolute.
We've never seen these in the form of absolutes before.
Interesting. But it does keep it brighter, cleaner somehow. You know, like instead of getting too dense in the forest that you can't smell the differences, somehow that's making them actually like get together in a different way.
Wow. And the bamboo and the clary sage and the lavender are coming together for me in this like crazy beautiful way. Now smell what the fir needle and the pine are doing in this, because those are what's giving it that clean edge for me, I think.
Okay. And then I know that there is it almost that bergamot kind of gets in there, and there's something about there's that homey feeling, like there is that cinnamon.
Kind of. Right?
It's not in there, but it's like a comforting spice.
Right.
You know, it
like
almost
a home
could come
is where
across.
the heart is, kind of a sense.
And I think it's just more the different woods coexisting somehow, or having the more absolute versions that they're like blended different.
You know, I think it goes back to defining like characteristics of personality to the soaps, and this one is a kind sweetness.
It is.
To it. Not an overly sweet, not the Brady Bunch, but just like the right kind of a sweet guy, right? Kind of a Jimmy Stewart kind, maybe.
Right. I even get the dad from Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah,
like
John
that,
Mills.
He just to
right?
take care of you,
Why
you know?
not? He was Haley Mills' dad in real life. If you didn't know
there
that.
you go.
She was busy shooting one movie, and he was off in the South Pacific shooting the Swiss Family Robinson.
Okay, but again, there's so many cool things happening here. I think we have to lather it because I once you get the rain from the rainforest, maybe it's going to change things.
100%, and I want to get the others too. Ooh, look how soft this greener soap is, y'all. All right, so we're going to lather this one first, and then when we go deeper, we're going to start to experiment and mix and match.
Yes, we'll get a lot crazy. Finale for the whole trilogy. You know, you got to do all the things.
You know, let's have a grown-up conversation. Put this in the comments, but I've noticed that I build a better lather with colder, bougie water than I do with hot water on the brush. See what happens with it. I was reading something the other day. Somebody asked Douglas, how long do the scents in soap last? And he said, well, they are bound with the fats in the soap. So a long time. He's even got a stick from 60 years ago that still has some of the scent in it, right?
Wow. Oh, a little of the spices went away a little bit different.
I love the intensity is the same and the scent's a little different.
Yeah.
The scent's a little different.
Does that make sense? Like the spice part of it kind of blended in with something else.
Oh,
cleaner, brighter.
Got a little bit sharper in the pine and the fir, I think.
Right? Like it did. I'm glad we lathered because it did kind of change.
Oh, yeah. The beautiful scent of the lavender is coming out.
Yeah. It almost got, I don't want to say less masculine, but it got, I'm a little more in the plants now than I was with
I would say this is a little bit
the
more
little
of the
spice
down
kind of
the
muskiness
middle of the lane scent
went
now,
away.
Right?
Yeah. But I do. It does leave you like bright and clean still.
Right.
It's not a heavier wood. I know like some of the fougères can get a little darker, deeper.
Right.
This one doesn't, but I do feel like that's why those other two fit in with this one. Mm-hmm.
Y'all, so if you are ready, please put on your seatbelts. We are going into the rainforest. All right, how you want to do this?
Okay. So let's see.
I kind of want to mix the bottom with the top first.
Oh, okay.
You want to try that? Okay, hold on.
So, but we have the other two over there already.
We do.
Right?
We do.
So, okay.
So here's a mix we won't have. We're going to do a little bit of the first one. So this is La Terra Preta.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to go right to the top and go Mega Flora. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm mixing here. They totally work.
Oh, this works beautiful. I love what they bring out of each other.
Right? If I didn't know that there was a second one in there.
The first thing I love is what Mega Flora is doing to the dirt. Oh, I love that. It's like smelling the nursery right after they water everything.
Right? But I do feel like where a little bit of a sweet is missing, the pretty.
Oh,
I
yep.
do get why you add that third one.
I get it, but I also love what the dirt is doing to the florals.
It makes it almost like a drier scent.
It's how their sweets are coming together because they're not the same sweets.
No.
They're like battling sweets that come together.
And then without the floral of a hit, that petrichor kind of side,
Right.
Your brain starts to fill in the blanks, and it does kind of pull things from each of those other two.
Okay, you know what? We're going all the way. All right, y'all. So this is what you've all come to see. This is mixing of all three into one lather. So here you go. You handle that one.
Because originally it was meant to be more of having one in different forms. So you
right.
had a soap,
one was a soap, one was a splash.
But without that option, we are going for all three.
And Douglas said the community spoke and decided that they wanted soaps in all of them, which I can now completely understand.
I get that.
I would have been a part of that letter writing campaign as well. All right, here comes the third
see if you
step.
can see the colors in there. Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Okay, ready? This is all...
The trifecta whiff. All right, on 3. 1, 2.
Wow.
Wow.
They actually all blended completely.
They are all here in all of their identities.
But I wouldn't know that they weren't supposed to be together.
Right. Now I get it.
I would not know.
Right. Putting my flag in this. Y'all, the identities of each one of these is so complete and so strong, they have to be their own soap. They are too big to be contained as 1/3 of a bigger scent. However, when they are mixed together, what I love is they keep those identities. You can smell each one of these separately on its own in this. 100%. Can you smell the dirt? Can you smell the terrapin?
Right. If you smell for it, ready?
In all of its form. Completely there.
The soil is still part of it.
Next step, moving up. The leaves. The rain on leaves.
Okay. Petrichor.
That might even be a little bit more amazing.
Yeah,
in this mix.
it really needed the above and below part to come through, I think.
This loves that top and bottom layer.
And then
smelling for the fougere.
It is kind of, if you're not really paying attention to what hits your nose first, my brain does find the soil kind of side first. It stays all the way through if you want it to. Then, it does get that middle prettier spot, and then the part that, you're ending with, the little last wisp, is the mega flora side.
Right. And I don't know. Hold on a second. I am so into the rainforest. I have lost a lot of perspective. If you walked into a business meeting and this was your scent, would that be a thing? Or is this more for an adventure out and running, jumping, climbing trees kind of scent?
Actually with the florals and the woods in here, I think it's both. I think if you were dressed in a suit and you had this on, take a whiff, pretend you're in a suit.
Oh.
It wouldn't not work. It has that prettier floral, almost classic aftershave in there.
Yes, we have had 60s and 70s aftershave homages that are way darker and funkier than this.
I would agree.
This could be an absolutely gorgeous smell in a business meeting.
And then, picture me in a sundress. Ready?
Yeah.
Take a whiff.
Well, hold on. I'm still picturing you in a sundress. Give me a second. Okay.
But springtime, in the air, walking around, it's just
how beautiful
window shopping somewhere.
That could be. Are you smelling that?
That's what I'm saying. So it's a very versatile scent, y'all. I was not expecting that. Okay, go back to Mega Flora now, since this is the Mega Flora episode.
Okay, so hold on.
Yeah, if going from there, go back to
you're DB Cooper. You have jumped out of the plane. The first thing you're going to hit is the top of the trees.
Right, your parachute.
Right, this is the DB Cooper whiff. Got it.
Right?
And then you fall through the top of the trees and you hit the ground.
And you
get
bring
your
all that with
leaves
you.
and your soil. Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Yep.
And Douglas and Fran, thank you for this because I don't generally like to mix my soaps because I like to experience, especially having this little show that we do, I like to experience what the artisan had in mind. So as soon as I start to mix the soaps, that's a little bit different.
Right, kind of messing with the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not what the artisan had in mind, but it's what I'm doing, right?
Right.
I don't even like to mix my Jelly Belly jelly beans, y'all. I just like to know what they intended, right?
Right.
But I love and appreciate that Douglas and Fran have said, hey, y'all, we created these to be used together. This is the red, yellow, blue that you can now use to make whatever color you want.
Right.
And we did design these to go together. We did design these to mix and match. We do know what they do when they combine, and we want you to know too.
Right.
I love that. And I don't know what that exists anywhere else in the shaving world, but maybe y'all can tell us in the comments.
Right?
But I think these are the only three we've met first that are designed to go together.
Right. Some actually just by accident might fit well together, not intentional, which is kind of cool with the mashup side. But knowing that these are supposed to be, which way is it? You know that one. And then I think we're supposed to be like this.
Right.
So that it's built to kind of be in that zone.
Right.
So if you need, I feel like each of these has a point, which is what's super cool.
Yes, and that's what I love best. These don't need each other. These don't need each other. These are amazing on their own. These would be absolutely favorites if they were on their own. But I love that they have ways of making each other better. So it's pretty simple, y'all. All you have to do is be a brilliant criminal mastermind with a little bit of inside information about how that particular jet plane works, and you're going to jump out of that jet plane with all your money and a parachute into the woods, and as you make your way down to the Terra Preta, you just got your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful.
I am back from my shave with Mega Flora. I got to do the finale of the trio, and it was super, super fun. We really had debated putting them all together and mixing them, but we wanted to give you a thorough review of the shave itself. And the lather here was wonderful, and the scent was thoroughly enjoyable. I ended up having it as an evening shave, but it was actually super fun. I thought I would have preferred this more in the morning, but I actually really enjoy it as a way to end my day. So thank you so much, Phoenix.
Y'all, if Douglas is D.B. Cooper, and he might be, and he dropped into the rainforest, and he had to build Old Spice fresh, so like fresco, out of just the stuff around him,
I'm with you.
I kind of think this might be it! Welcome to Messages.
So we have been having so much fun with the Sterling Spring and Summer scents coming out. We wanted to make sure to share that fun with you and have a Sterling gift card giveaway.
Oh, $20 in Sterling soap products. If you are our lucky winner, I might suggest iced coffee. All you have to do is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. Be a subscriber here on YouTube and check back on June 1st when we draw the name on the show to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
This has been some of the most fun I have ever
We made a nice big
on
mess.
this show. Douglas and Fran, thank you for knowing how fun this would be and knowing that this is a next logical step in our hobbies,
Right?
taking scents that we love and sort of combining them, putting them together, being our own perfumers.
Yeah, having
'Cause
our freedom
not that
to
there's
kinda get in
anything
there.
wrong with that, right?
I know,
Yeah,
and I love
this.
that that's what started this, and then the community spoke, and they were like, no, we need all the things in all the things. So I get it now that we've been on this side. I am really glad that each of these we have in a soap, and we're going to have to fight over which ones to get in a splash
Right.
or something now. Like,
And
I get it.
Talking to Douglas about Alphine, he had an Alphine moment of when he got that balance perfectly right. Those words just came to him, right? I love that this sets you up to have your own Alphine moment of getting just the right amount of dirt, just the right amount of Mega Flora, and most importantly, just the right amount of rain on those leaves to give you the
And
perfect
each day
shade
that
of
combo
adventure.
might change, but the fact
Right.
that you can sit there and build it and be creative on your own, or just go pick one. If that's speaking to your soul that day,
Right.
why not shave with that one?
I'm wondering where else they might take us in the days to come. Who knows?
right.
But we're having a great time exploring this rainforest.
I know, I'm really glad that we were able to sneak this into our spring schedule because it really does. And I feel like carrying on through the summer, like certain parts of these, we may want different things. Clearly, we're going to be back.
I love that I know exactly which one this is when I smell each one
Right.
of these brushes. And I even know which one is the combos. Like,
Right.
the identities are so strong and beautiful.
And they do all have a place, which is super cool. Don't forget your next appointment with Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell more adventurous just watching this.